two-car driveway. Sidewalk to the green box right there. There is a red brick walkway leading up to the door. Corner lot, so the driveway is long because it's on the corner. And it's oak trees, crepe myrtles, and other trees lining the sidewalk. So there will be tanning stains, so we will pre-treat the concrete areas. A little windy today. We may get rain, not really sure. Okay, we're gonna go to just the slab right here beside this concrete pole. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna call that the end of the property line. I will go and do this walkway right here. We're gonna put a treatment on this wall. Exterior wall has some years of build-up on it, as you can see. Should be good for transition. We'll hit this bottom wall. Can't really get that one because of the plants. Okay, then we're coming to the back here. We have this stucco wall, facials all around, of course. Just normal algae buildup. Some of it's a little heavier than others. Getting some before of it. Algae buildup up there on the drip edge. Then we'll make a round to this side. We'll treat this. We have a lot of bigger bushes. We're gonna wet those, pre-soak them. Pre-soak those up before we start. That's the project here for today. We're hooked up to water, getting filled right now. We have a piece of stucco missing, and we have another piece of stucco that is cracked. I'm gonna have to be real gentle on this. I don't know if we'll be able to clean that back there. Okay. Now the side of the home. Here we got vegetation there. Right up in here we can see the suffix. Not as bad on this side because we're getting more sunlight on this side of the property. But we do have a little small algae line down to the bottom. Nothing major. Nothing major. Be back soon. Okay guys, we have a dirty one here in Winter Park. We're doing the lone sidewalk. This is a corner lot and it has a lot of algae buildup, tanning stains because it's under trees. But we found out once we got here that this house has an external wall and it's covered in algae. Hadn't been cleaned in over a decade. We're gonna take care of it and get it back as good as possible. It has a lot of vegetation around it, so we're gonna have to be careful and use a pump sprayer on it because some of the leaves are gonna come off, and we don't want to kill anything. They lose some leaves, that's fine, but we don't want to kill anything, so we can't hit it with the gas powered system. It would put too much chemical at a hot temperature on it at the wrong time. So stay tuned. I had showed you a preview of it earlier. Stay tuned to see what it turns out like, but we're gonna get on some footage of this here driveway. Be back with you. Okay, here we are with the surface cleaner 19-inch. I didn't use the mini Mondo on this job because the concrete driveway has a lot of cracks and a lot of loose concrete, and we have the sidewalk has where the tree roots has got under the sidewalk in a lot of the areas and pushed it up, and I don't want to. The mini Mondo is a little heavier to maneuver, and and get it up and flip it to the side to get those loose gravel or concrete from under it. So I just chose to go with my smaller one. I can work a little faster and move a little better with this one on this type of older concrete what has cracks and things in it. So here we are, we're off and moving with the 19-inch. We have already pre-treated 1.8, almost 2% because of all the tanning stains. We're still off camera gonna treat it again with another, or maybe I did do it on camera, we'll see. We did hit it again with another 1.8, and then I had about 2-3 areas that I had to go and touch with the pump sprayer with a hotter mix just to get the tanning stains off, but most of them came off from the post treatment, because we did the pre to start out, then I did a post with the soft wash machine, and then I hit just a couple of panels, a couple of slabs of this concrete with the pump spray. You see right there, you probably couldn't tell that was really bumpy, and I noticed I hit it at first and had to lift up because I was hitting my bar, because the oak tree root has pushed this concrete up on this side. It has a lot of divots that I'm jumping over and maneuvering around. Therefore, I didn't want to use the mini Mondo on this one. But if it was a commercial job and I had, speed, I needed some speed or whatever, I would have chosen, I would have pulled the mini Mondo off the truck and used it because it's on the truck. We keep it there all the time for situations somewhat similar than this. But like I said, the driveway itself has a lot of cracks, and I really wouldn't want to, or I really did not, because I don't have to. Didn't put the Mondo on that, and I thought my throttle head came down, so I ran to the truck to check it, and no, it has not. Okay, thought I was a little down on power, but I wasn't down on power. Anyway, let's go. That's why I walked back to the truck just then. And this stuff is coming up pretty good. That top layer is coming out pretty good. And now we're gonna walk around the tree and hit another little few slabs, and then we're gonna do some rinsing. But you can see it's cutting right through it and getting the top layer off pretty easily. As we go through here, it's not taking long to get the sidewalk done. Now the wall was a different story. I did have to wrestle with that a little bit till I got the mix hot enough, and maybe I should have just went with that 12% on that, but I started about 50% on the wall on the back, and that really wasn't getting all of it. I bumped it up a little bit more and end up around about 8%, and then it started to get some I started to get a little justice on that wall, and we got it cleaned up. You'll see it. I did not pull I have 2 cameras. I didn't pull the other one out to film when I was doing the house. I should have, but it looked like it wanted to rain. There was a couple of drops that had hit me, so I didn't want to waste any more time. I wanted to go ahead and get this thing under control, because there's no way I want to come back another day to tackle this same job. So anyway, we got back at it. Right up in here was a little tough. He said I was going over it 2-3 times. This is a different color concrete. The homeowner said that this house was built late 70s, early 70s or something like that. It's an older home, and the driveway and the concrete is I don't know, probably 3-4 different pours of concrete here, and it's all different colors. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot this out right onto the street right here with the rinsing to clear it up a little bit to see where we need to put another treatment at, put a post treatment on it. We shoot it right out there. No, I did not do the street gutters on this here project. No, I did not. Nope, 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 no. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this bit right here, rinse it out there. And the other we're gonna take down and push it out the other end of the road, because that's how we rinse. At least that's how I rinse. Everybody have their own way of doing these different things, and this is one of my strategies when I walk a property over and look at it and try to get some form of an idea on how we want to send water. And that's what I came up with. So right up in here, we're getting close to the pole, and we stopped right there, but we want to send this mud and all this buildup on down. We want to leave it on the neighbor. This is extremely slippery. These bricks with all this algae up in here. I'm just wetting up some bushes because I know I got to hit it with a hot mix. But it's extremely slippery inside of there. Like I said, I didn't even know pavers was inside of there. That wasn't part of the package. I didn't go in there and mess with that stuff because a lot of those pavers are lifted up and on little. It's just it was put down some time ago. And it just need a little love, but I believe some of the pavers probably need to be pulled out and shave the ground down and level them off a little bit. So right here, I'm putting a little bit of water on some of this vegetation, and we're gonna rinse down again. Now remember, I have the driveway in the front, so I'm heading to the front right now, but just doing a little rinsing while heading there and hitting some of the hedges with just some fresh water. And now it's time for the driveway. We got the driveway, and we got another little piece of sidewalk. That's the short piece going to the neighbor's property right up there. And we'll have the apron and the driveway in the walkway. And you can see this color here is a little different, and it looks a little older. Then we have some gray right here, some gray concrete, and yeah, it's all different pours from, I guess, different years and when they extended on or did what they did. This homeowner, like I said, say they've been here 3 years, and they bought it from an elderly person who had been here, I guess, maybe 20 or 30 years. Anyway, it's really cracked up in this side. I'm kind of sideways with it, trying not to kick up a lot of concrete was broke. And it's a little different little divots and things we're working with here. Want to cut us out a mark so that we can come up and make our turns without the handlebars of the surface cleaner getting in the way or touching the garage. So we cut out about 4 or 5 foot away from that garage door, and then we start making passes here to break it up. And the chemical has got off in there and has loosened up a lot of this stuff, and you can see from right there that it's coming clean, but it's just different pours of concrete, and they clean differently. They clean up differently. That's more like a yellow out here down bottom. It's a lighter yellow, right, concrete right here to the top, or either the cream got knocked off by somebody, or maybe pressure washed it once it was down and was a little fresh. I don't know. But what we're gonna do is do our part and making sure tomorrow when the sun has dried this all the way out, that it's a big difference. It's a transformation. And that's what we're doing with this project here. We're trying to do us like an extreme home makeover with removing this algae that has been here for some period of time. And this very thick algae that we're dealing with, not here on the concrete, but on the house itself. Now we're getting close to going up in there and hitting some of that walkway. It's a paver, brick pavers up in there, walkway. And we're going to touch a little bit of this, and we're going to stop and we're going to do some rinsing. Yep. Rinse up after we pull some hose, get some slack here. With some more hose, that's someone walking past. With some more hose to work with. Now we're going to clean off a little bit of this. A little rinse right there. And we noticed that was going to keep coming back, so leave it alone. You'll make a mudslide. Let's send some of this down out of the way, because once we do that walkway, we're gonna have to send that down as well, and just gonna get this first top layer off of there so it won't be as thick and won't be as hard to push. Okay, hold tight. Okay, here we are now rinsing. I rinse this stuff up right here, bottom of the driveway. Then we're gonna get back up here on this walkway. It's a brick paver walkway. And it has hedges both sides, so you know that you will have trouble with soil sliding over from the shrubs. So what you do on your rinse is you rinse it out a little bit, and then you let it dry. You can come back and touch it up with a little post treatment or just a little light rinse. You can't put a heavy rinse down up in there, because you'll keep rinsing soil from under the hedges and you'll never get the job done. So don't worry yourself with that type of stuff. Rinse a little bit, let that mud dry up, and then just come and touch it right fast and get out of there where you're supposed to treat it. Anyway, we're here sliding on this apron, getting the apron nice and clean. I'm gonna try this different pattern here to get it done. Just doing multiple patterns. See, this concrete down here looks really good. I guess it's newer than the other concrete. This right here is cleaning up nicely. I like it. Anyway, we are gonna put down the post treatment. I do have the video of that, so I'm gonna put it to this right here. It's gonna come up right behind this one. Not gonna put the video up of cleaning the house because we didn't set up the second camera. Anyway, okay, got that cleaned out. Let's load this on the truck. Hang tight, guys. I'll be right back with you. Okay, now when that walkway, that's what I mean about hedges both sides. You got soil was taller than the pavers. If you stand there, it'll steady make a mudslide for you. So just get what you can get, let that dry up a little bit and settle, and then you can come back and deal with it. Okay, so we're gonna send this stuff on down, clean this off, and get the sidewalk cleaned off. We're gonna put down a post treatment. And like I said off camera, I've been hitting that wall with a pump sprayer. I had to find a good strength. Started out with 50%, and the 50% was not strong enough for that wall. The algae was pretty thick, so we bumped it up a little bit more. And we found a mix that was working on the wall, so we stuck with that strength, and we're gonna get that wall looking better. Okay, we're down here. Get some of this right here cleaned off. So we're gonna switch over in a minute. Here, the next phase of this video will be post-treatment time. Post it up. Okay, rinse this right here off the gutter. Even the street gutter is ate up. Just from wear, just from normal wearing and erosion. Okay, here we are now putting the post-treatment down. And it's a nice post treatment here. That's like 1.8%. We're right up on the 2. We're gonna put that down, and it's only gonna be a few areas that I'm gonna hit with the pump sprayer because this is gonna take care of most of it. See, it drained out up in there, so that's how I dealt with that. To stop spraying water up in there because it's making more and more mud. I'm gonna coat this up really good. Get it nice and soaked up so that can hang out for a little while. And eat away at that and penetrate down into that concrete to help with some of the marks and stuff. This one is like I said, older driveway, so we can't get all the marks out of it. We're on the sidewalk here going down and around this long sidewalk, that 2-piece sidewalk where it comes to that point to where to make its bend and go around, and we are at that point right there. We'll go around the tree, come back and just lay it down again, lay down a thick mix as we're going down the sidewalk here. This right here cleaned up pretty good up in here. It's only going to be like 3 spots on this side that I hit with the pump sprayer. Everything else, the post treatment went and got it. With just a couple of little areas right up in here, right there, that I had to go over again with a pump sprayer. That stuff has been there for a while, so we had to go over there a little bit. But this sidewalk now is treated, and you can see the wall is starting to clear up. You can see there's a container right there with some SH in it, and we used the whole gallon back there on that. I just had cut the chem off as I'm gonna walk up and treat this bottom ledge on this wall to let it have a little dwell time because it's really green right there. And we're gonna put some chem on this brick on this side of the house. But we're not gonna put no chem directly in the front of the house. Black doors, black garage. We're not gonna touch that stuff and start any dripping or any fading marks. Nope. Had those problems before. Okay, so now let's go back to the back again, and we're gonna take the hose inside because guess what? It's time to start. I have already been pump spraying it. You can see it's already starting to clear up a little bit. Even though I don't have the camera pointing on it. I cut the machine off right there. And okay, we're going back up here. Hold tight, gentlemen, hold tight. Okay, so you can see I had to go and get the hose from collecting up there and bring more of it to put it inside, because we can get all the way to the first side of this house on the back walls. We can get all this stuff cleaned up. That's the pump sprayer. That's the lifesaver right there. So hold tight. I'm gonna show you a little bit. That's what I was doing. Had to pump it sometime. Hold on. Okay guys, for the sake of this video being too long, we're gonna show you the aftermath. This is after post treatment. It is overcast outside, so it's gonna look like lines. That's that driveway. It's an older driveway, 40 plus years old. Here's the sidewalk, the after of the sidewalk. We have completed the project entirely. We have the sidewalk looking very good, going all the way down. We got the long stretch right here. As you can see, it's looking very good as well. And you are getting a glimpse right now of the house. We have completed that wash. Right there is a wet spot because it's under the oak tree, of course. Wet spot right here. But you can see how bright this is going to be by looking at that right there. It's gonna be nice and bright for them. As you see down there where I stopped at, how it's that side of the sidewalk is dirty, hasn't been cleaned in I guess a while. Anyway, got this. Look at there. Look at that wall. That wall took some work. Now, where the vine bushes are, we couldn't get back there. But for the most part, for what this was not included in this project. That wall, didn't know about it. Was supposed to be a house wash. Anyway, all this was green and orange. As you can see, we got it back clean. Couldn't get this side where I was pointing at because those bushes right there is fragile. Gonna lose some leaves. We don't want them to lose all of them. This wall right here, what was green, we got it back clean again. We did resuscitate it. You know, it was flatline. We resuscitated this property right here. Now these bricks that I'm walking on, of course, we didn't do that. And it would be a pulling issue nightmare up in here. Okay, all this right here cleaned up nicely. They are having some work done on the house. They have some gray around there where it's been worked or whatever. It needs to be painted. This wall is wet and drying, but I was just showing some of this. This wall here to the top is chipped up. They got the gray paint. Somebody started the work now. Pretty soon, eventually, they'll get that fixed and get it painted. But they just wanted to get that. You have to have the house washed and cleaned first anyway. But anyway, showing off some of this house now that it's clean. Because all of this was green and orange and all the very, very, very thick algae. But we got it off and the paint looks pretty good right here. You know, the paint is looking good up in this spot. We had to take some time working that wall. That was 7-8% mix to start to budge that. So had to be very, very hot. The pump up sprayer was clutch. The pump sprayer was clutch. $13 Home Depot pump sprayer came in clutch right here and clean up all the heavy stuff for me. Because if we had to put the soft wash system on that, it just put out too many GPMs to mess with areas like that with this much vegetation. So we got this wall here, all nice and squeaky clean. The window sills and all around the window trims themselves, they are nice and clean. It was some orange rust, not rust, but algae to the bottom because the SH took it off, so it wasn't rust. Because you know rust cannot be removed with SH. It will take a rust remover. The front of the house is looking good. I just high pressure rinsed the door, the garage, and all of that stuff would had that black paint. We didn't touch with any chemicals because sometimes you get a really bad reaction with some dots and different lines and different stuff that you don't want to leave on people's property. You know, they want their property to be taken care of, and that's what we're here to do. So anyway, this side of the property still wet. Came out nice and clean, as it should. Okay, that right there is the final walkthrough, guys. We're done. That's a wrap. I'm out of here. Until the next time. Peace.